conclusion.
Here we go.
President Obama is in Cuba starting his historic visit to the country. The first US president to visit the island since Calvin Coolidge in 1928. There's hope that his trip will usher in a period of improved relations after decades of tension. Our US correspondent Cordelia Lynch is in the capital, Havana.
Air Force One touches down on Cuban soil. Driving rain, perhaps a fitting metaphor for the two nations' stormy relationship. Just 90 miles separates them, but Barack Obama is the first sitting president to visit the island in nearly 90 years. It was Cuba's foreign minister that greeted the president and his family, not his counterpart, Raul Castro. Cuba is no longer off limits for American tourists. Everywhere you look, there's a new wave of arrivals, taking a nostalgic cruise through a communist country on the cusp of change.
There's maybe going to be a lot of McDonald's in future.
So you wanted to get here before that happened?
Yes. Yeah, we were afraid that this place is going to change.
When Fidel Castro swept to power in 1959, America broke off relations, imposing a trade embargo, backing a failed invasion, and creating decades of bad blood. Now the former foes have loosened their grip. You can hear the influence of America in the Cuban hip-hop scene. It took hold more than 20 years ago. Now diplomacy is catching up.
Do you think America is now Cuba's friend?
Friends is complicated because so many years, so many people hurt, you know.
It is becoming less complicated to make money though. Cubans will have more access to US banks, more ability to start their own businesses. But this island is still locked in poverty and a trade embargo. Wages still set by the state, with an average monthly salary of just $25, around £17.
Cuba prizes its athletes as much as its teachers and doctors, all pillars of the revolution. But this crumbling stadium, built to celebrate the Pan American Games in the 1990s, is just one example of the fading socialist dream.
But the conflict over human rights is ever present. Dozens of protesters from the Ladies in White group were arrested ahead of Obama's landmark visit. Bundled into vehicles outside a church, the group is made up of the wives of former political prisoners. We met some of their members in a central Havana apartment. Among them, Julia, whose son and nephew tried to escape the island. They're now in prison for the rest of their lives.
We will support any effort to challenge Cuba's human rights record, not only political prisoners, but people in general.
Do you think Barack Obama's visit will make a difference?
Not this. I don't think so. There won't be any change at all about human rights because in Cuba, the Castro brothers still have all the power.
There are wary eyes watching the president, waiting to see if his decision to rekindle relations is more than just a political gesture. Cordelia Lynch, Sky News, Cuba.
At least 13 people have been killed and 30 injured after a coach carrying foreign exchange students crashed in Spain. Local media reports suggest that British students are amongst those who've been hurt.